together, it's really meant to provoke your reflection on how you view yourself, your physical body, and to come into more self-acceptance of whatever shape and size you come.
Yeah.
And also when you look at other people too, other women, do you find yourself judging their body shape, their body size? And to come into more acceptance for other people's differences. There's no need for judgment. All we need is to love ourselves. And I hope you can come into that sort of mindset and reflection by viewing the words at the back.
I want to ask you, Sarah, because self-worth and self-love is something that, when you hear it, you know that it's supposed to be a given, but it's actually something that a lot of women struggle with. How was your personal journey towards finding
I'm
self-love
still
and
learning.
self-worth? As we all are.
Yeah, I'm still learning really to tune into how powerful I am without having to prove myself. I don't have to be a successful photographer. I don't have to be ambitious or have achieved anything in life. Just by being born and being divinely created, I am inherently worthy. So to remind myself that on a daily basis, it's really powerful.
Yeah, I guess for a lot of women, right? When you're young, you tend to base your validation on what other people think, and then
Or what you've achieved.
Yes. Suddenly, your work is where your self worth comes from, and then you realize, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
It's not. It's really just by being.
By being you, how God made you. That's it.
And so, Lay, please tell us about your artwork.
So for me, I made 3 illustrations. They're the ones on the right. I just wanted to show a lot of issues that we women face. Like for example, one is one of the girls I drew where she has these cellulites, and we women are always put on a microscope. Na parang whenever you have those bumps on your legs, parang, oh my god, my legs, dami kong cellulites. But it's normal. It's a normal part of our body. Everyone has it, and we don't have to be. It's not flaws. We don't have to be ashamed of that. And also, one of the artworks is a girl checking her vagina. And vagina isn't a bad word, It's also just another normal body part, as the same as your other body parts. And it's
Your elbow.
Yeah, exactly. And it's important to always check, to do self-checks, to know that you're always healthy. Yeah, and another one is important because it's very personal to me because the other girl, she has tattoos, she expresses herself differently. And as an artist, because it's important for me to, I guess, not stand up, but just express myself differently. So, coloring my hair and having tattoos, stuff like that, which is not always accepted.
How did you overcome that limiting narrative? Yeah, because sometimes we're pressured to conform, right? But you have decided to, create your own definition of who you are.
I guess for me, I'm very grateful because I'm surrounded by very supportive friends who also share the same thing. So I take my confidence from them, and it's give and take. They also take confidence. I share my confidence with them, and I take some of theirs as well. So yeah.
I guess for me, that's something I want to highlight, right? So, one of the things that we have to deal with, even here in 2020, is conservatism, right? And how, for the longest time, our image of an ideal Filipina is a Maria Clara, right? And a Maria Clara is someone who's very meek, someone who's basically someone who keeps to herself, just prays for the family, very resilient, takes everything, ubus na, pero you're still doing everything, a martyr, right? That's our office. For the longest time, we were conditioned to think that way. For you, what do you are the narratives that still exist today in terms of what's limiting women from really speaking their mind and what's preventing them from being heard?
For me, parang, well, there's nothing wrong with being a Marian Barry if that's really who you are. Parang nagkakaroon lang ng something wrong when people expect you to be that way when you're not. So, yeah. Sorry, parang nawala yung train of
Yeah,
thought.
no, really, really deeply ingrained, I think, in the feminine psyche is the sense of disempowerment. Yeah, we're still in this mindset that we're not good enough, somebody else is better. But every woman, every human being has this like very, very unique, special magic that you need to be able to discover and bring out. And that's your superpower. And really to step away from that unworthiness and not good enough and really come into your individual power. So I think we're coming more into that. I can see women moving more in that direction. So it's just a matter of time before we all become superheroes.
What do you think are the challenges that still exist? So you mentioned there's still the fear of being conditioning.
Yeah, conditioning, societal conditioning, cultural conditioning, how we were brought up, tradition. Yeah, the environment that we're in, but you don't have to be a slave to the conditions that are around you. You can create the kind of life that you want at any given point in time. So to be aware that those things are beliefs that you don't hold for yourself, yeah, and to transcend it.
I guess the reason why I want to highlight this is for She Talks, whenever we hold talks, we ask people to submit an essay to talk about an issue or a challenge that they have. And oftentimes, like you were mentioning, it's really the fear of not being good enough and fear of rejection that's stopping them. There's a common statistic, or there are a lot of studies about it actually, how women, we don't apply for a job if we're not 100% qualified for it or even overqualified for it, right? But men, even if they're 60%, parang if they only meet 60% of the job requirements, they apply anyway.
Yeah.
So why is it that men, what do you think, what's the difference, right? Like why do you think that men are more confident in their own power and in their desire to speak up or that strength, whereas women still are limiting themselves?
And historically, men have been given a lot more opportunities. That's just how it has been. But it doesn't have to be like that moving forward.
And it's
So,
slowly changing it.
Yeah.
so we also,
Society has been improving, keeping up with the times.
yeah, we need to do our part also in stepping up, not just going in that same loop over and over again. The world's changing. I have hope for that.
Well, I mean, the fact that we have more events like this, right, which gives us the opportunity to really like assess and how we can reframe these narratives are very helpful.
I just wanted to bring to our awareness though that we're not mad at men.
That's
Men are
exactly.
amazing. They also have their own strengths that they bring to the table, and it's really about, I think, more and more in the modern day coming into this collaborative mindset. The masculine supports the feminine, and the feminine supports the masculine, and at all points in time, both genders have both energies running through them, and to be able to look to the other gender for support in the things that we don't yet possess, and for them also to have a more open mindset and look to the feminine for the qualities that they want to work on, being more intuitive, being more sensitive, being more nurturing, healing. There's a lot of things that men can learn from women, and a lot of things that women can also learn from men. So we love men.
No, it's true, right? That's the common misconception about feminism, which is a lot of people think if you're a feminist, you want to be women. You think women are better than men.
Yeah.
When in fact it's not. It's really about creating a more level playing field and have everyone having an equal seat at the table,
Yes.
right? I guess on that note, so a lot of women, especially in their career, even if it's 2020 and we've made a lot of waves in terms of women empowerment, there's still a lot of discrimination and like inherent injustice that they experience. So, for example, one of the things we talked about in the holding room, right? AOC, who's a brilliant senator in the US, there was this whole article about her wearing a red lipstick, and that's not befitting a senator. But that's not something you would like be mad at if you were a guy, right? So I guess my question is, has being a woman limited you or actually enriched your career as an artist? But before you answer that, I want to call on our third panelist, the amazing Winnie Wong. She is all the way from school, right? She
Yes.
followed all the way from school.
So Winnie Wong is joining the conversation. She is
Hello.
another panelist that we have, an artist who is a dedicated supporter of the arts and education for the benefit of athletes.